What's up, Juventini? We've got a ton to discuss today. Fabio Miretti, is he out for a swap move? We're going to take a look at the latest details. And someone's readying up a big offer for Kenan Yildiz. Will Juventus accept? And then contradictions in the media around the head coach and management at Juventus. What is going to happen? But what about the Champions League qualification implications and what could happen at Juve moving forward? We're going to go through all of that together and of course get ready for the big game a couple days away against Fiorentina, where we'll look at Motta's projected starting 11. Let's get into it all. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's March 14th. Let's rock with the news, and we kick things off with a little bit of news around someone that we're targeting, and that is Morten Frendrup. Of course, they are in action today in Serie A, and Juve will actively have scouts in the stadium scouting and monitoring this player. Now, the idea apparently of bringing him in involves Fabio Miretti going the other way permanently to facilitate the move for Frendrup. I've got to say, this one for me, I don't like it. I don't think Frendrup is going to make or break anything that happens at Juventus. And what kind of a sign is this for the future of Juventus if you send someone like Miretti out on a loan and he does exactly what he needs to with that loan and then is rewarded with a swap move out for somebody that isn't going to make or break this squad? I just don't like the optics of this move. And to be honest, when you look at the traits, Miretti is exactly what we're missing in the midfield right now, that no other guy's been able to put together at that 10 spot. The only thing is he needed that loan to bring out his performances more consistently. And even following him along this season, he still needs to dial it up a bit better in the final third. But again, a swap move for Frendrup sends a really, really bad sign, in my personal opinion. But you guys weigh in. Hit me in the comments. Now we get to Kenan Yildiz. Apparently Liverpool will be readying an offer for the summer to bring in Kenan Yildiz at 60 million euros. Will Juventus accept or won't they? This is going to come down to Champions League qualification, which is absolutely critical because everything will change. If we do not qualify for Champions League, all right, retaining Kolo Muani, Conceição, Renato Vega kind of goes out the window. It's an estimated loss of 100 million euros in revenue that we would have to account for. So they might be inclined to accept that offer. If we do qualify for Champions League, then you'll see a completely different ship. We will work to retain certain individuals. We won't have to sell Cambiasso and Yildiz, etc. And instead, we look to sign an important striker, Osimhen top of the list, an important midfielder, Tonali top of the list, and an important defender. Right now, it's David Hanchko. However, there are rumors reporting that there is nothing set in stone between Juventus and Hanchko and that everything is up in the air. So he might not have that deal that was agreed upon. And we also talked about that a lot when it came out. I immediately had concerns around that 22 million euro figure. I just can't see it with Feyenoord having him locked up until 2028. Nonetheless, this represents a dramatic shift in what happens in this build. As I've been saying for months, Champions League qualification is a must. And that's why Juve management is stressed right now. So the media reports contradictions that the squad is still backing Thiago Motta and management is still backing him. Giuntoli had a closed-door meeting a few days ago with the entire team and reiterated their stance backing Thiago Motta. However, you've got to see that this just can't go on and that Elkan is the one that's also getting nervous. He has shareholders to tend to. A 100 million revenue loss going into next season slows down the build, slows down everything. And if you are looking at selling, which is still up in the air, you want it to look as good as possible in the books. Now, the contradictions, they have their contradictions because while some media state that the management is backing him, a lot of media isn't buying it and claims that Mancini is more than just a plan B and is someone Juve is seriously looking at, and talks have been underway. Let's see. We put out the poll question. Out of the 4 coaches that have been rumored or linked, Conte, Gasperini, Pioli, Mancini, who do you want to see at Juventus? 63% all in favor of Antonio Conte. Second on that list, Gasperini, and then Mancini. Who's your top pick out of all of them? For me, it would have to break one of my rules about returns, but I think it's far and clear if the opportunity arose, it would be Conte. But I don't think that opportunity is going to come to us. And from that point on, if you take his name out, I actually think there's a very, very interesting discussion amongst the rest of the candidates. What's going to happen? Who knows? Is Sunday do or die? Maybe. We're going to find out. Kalulu set to reclaim his spot in the starting 11 for that game. We wait for Conceição. I do question starting Kalulu over Vega, who is fit and able to play in this game. But nonetheless, let's see. There's a lot of pressure on Motta. He's got to get it right. Is he going to dial up something new? Doesn't sound like it. Here's your starting 11. Di Gregorio, Weah, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiaso, Locatelli, Thuram, and up top, the exact same. Yildiz on the right, Nico Gonzalez on the left, McKennie as your 10, and Kolomuani up top. This persistence with Nico Gonzalez on the left is actually mind-blowing to me. And it looks like Thiago Motta's ready to just die on this hill. Nonetheless, let's see. Hopefully we get something different, something a little bit fresh, a little bit new that could maybe catch Fiorentina a bit off guard too. But right now it looks like the same exact thing moving forward. And that's kind of what's gotten Motta into a lot of trouble with the fans and result-wise. But let's see what happens. You know the drill. I'm going to bring you another news update tomorrow. Then Sunday, we are live. Getting you hyped up for the match around 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then there is a live watch along. But you guys know the drill for today. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC Army. Let me know what you think about all the news you just heard. Till next time, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.